order to enhance training and with the difficulty of access to the market prices for purchasing task simulation systems, the 13th Armored Infantry Battalion has developed its own M24 tank simulator. It allows not only the support of technical training, but also the development of tactical operations reaching a company level in a virtual world. This cost-effective simulator will significantly enhance M24 crew's proficiency while reducing costly training hours on the actual vehicles. The simulator is a copy of the M24 tank, and with its crew, it is driven into a virtual world where it interacts with other vehicles which may be driven by a crew or not, making possible the progress of tactical operations without security restrictions, fuel, ammunition, or any other resources which make the training expensive and pollute the environment. We should highlight that the training in any simulator does not substitute the work that should be done in a later phase in the real vehicles on the terrain. The project provides a software called Miniseti, which allows the crew to work without using the simulator. This means that with a CD containing the program, training can take place on any particular personal computer. Therefore, trainees can get familiarized with the graphs and can exercise the techniques of estimate range and shooting. An important point to take into account is that the assembly of the simulator didn't require the use of real tank parts, as it was made using the resources and creativity of the unit's personnel. This opens the possibility of making more simulators without the need of maintenance from other dependencies and once again reducing costs. The simulator has a driver's position post where the driver develops the same procedures as if he would if he was driving a real tank. That is to say, starts the engine, moves the tanks onwards or backwards, accelerates it and stops or turns it using the same switches and pedals as in the original tank. Every detail has been taken into account to make the best simulation. Not only the resistance of the accelerator pedal, as well as the gear change lever, is the same as the real ones. The seat can also be graded like in the M24 tank, and its periscope can be found at the same level as in the tank. There is a display monitor to assist the driver that shows the speed, oil pressure, fuel quantity, revolution counter, etc. Each of these items should be carefully checked by the driver, as the program allows the possibility of setting failures to the engine which may disable the vehicle. In such case, logistic support should be requested for the vehicle's recovery. The gunner's station, as well as the driver's post, are provided with the same instruments that are found in the M24 tanks. The turret of the cruise station is shaped according to the actual turret, together creating a realistic appearance and workspace. The gunner position within the turret will include his seat and all gunnery-related switches and control. It will have its central box or circuit breakers containing the turret motor, shooting and light switches. It will also be provided with the main and subsequent periscopes, both of which can be lit by an illuminator. The amount of rounds fired from the machine guns and cannon must be the same as the number a real tank is able to carry. In case more ammunition is needed, it should be requested by radio so that the supplying takes place. In that moment, a truck appears on screen and it supplies the tank for a couple of minutes. The commander's station has a sight which can be moved to the sides, left and right, simply by pressing the corresponding buttons. These are not to be found in the original tank. It also has an electric device that is used to annul the gunner, like in the real M24 tank. In this case, its seat is adjustable, so that the commander guides the gunner with regards to the hull, because in the simulator he cannot see the driver like in the real vehicle. The navigation of the simulated vehicle in the virtual world, as well as in the real tank, is the job of the commander. He is in charge of reading the terrain's map through which they are moving. The simulator was not designed to include the loader inside the cabin. For that reason, this crew member is placed behind the cabin. There, he can perform his tasks, or it can be performed automatically. The responsible of leading the exercises is the instructor, who will be located in a room with a computer online and will set the situations on the different screens. He will be provided with the necessary tools to plan and execute accordingly. He will be able to record the whole exercise so as to watch it afterwards and from different angles, analyzing the procedures and build useful critiques and assessment. The program allows the possibility of adding as many friendly forces or enemy ones as the exercise requires, each of which can be grouped, be given a detailed speed to head for its objective through the terrain. If these were to be brought to a halt, a geographical direction would be given. The instructor assesses trainees' performances through a screen which has a bird view showing the terrain. In it, a variety of symbols can be distinguished. Each of them correspond to the different vehicles that at the same time are represented in diverse color patterns. Friendly vehicles are seen blue, enemies are red, neutral vehicles are black, and the destroyed ones are violet. The toolbar icons allow the instructor to multiply, take out, recover and group vehicles in accordance to the task. In this way, the instructor's duty is simplified as he is able to give orders to the group leaders, design itineraries and set indirect fire, as well as make the needed corrections. The movement of the above-mentioned vehicles can simply be done using the mouse. Another screen lets the instructor have a bird watch. This skill is very useful when setting the exercise. It is commonly used to do the reconnaissance of the fractions at the starting point and used later on at the debriefing. This screen is also very helpful to follow the events of the exercise and to put into action effective tools such as indirect fire, among others. Furthermore, the instructor is provided with other monitors that show the view as seen by the trainees. It is also very useful as it allows the instructor examine the gunner's sight. That way he can precisely determine the gunner's mistakes and with the recorded tapes show it to them. The communication system looks very similar to the one the M24 has, as it is a copy of the PRC 4623 configuration. Achieving the different components like the radio, the C remote control unit and the CVC helmet, this system works through a 12-volt power station and communication is established by half a thread. It works exactly as the one the real tank does. The future perspectives are the development of combined force operations, adding cabins for engineers' crews and self-propelled. This means engineer-simulated vehicles, armored artillery vehicles, and mortars. They will be able to be inserted in the virtual world through the internet and without moving from their original units. Following this same direction, it could also be possible the development of combined operations, that is to say, among armies from different countries, which may have a compatible equipment to ours. This way we could direct the training towards peace operations or regional defense strategies, interacting with crews from other countries.